Welcome to the Hustle Report by Profit Duel, the podcast that delves into the side hustles that can make you money. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something really popular right now, part-time remote work as a side hustle. Basically, if you're aiming to bring in some extra cash without being tied to an office, well, this could be a great route. We're talking maximum flexibility.
Exactly. And our mission today isn't just to define it. We know you, the listener, want the real strategy. So this deep dive is about understanding how it really works, the mechanics, and what kind of commitment you actually need to make it pay off, maybe even escape those lower hourly rates.
Right. And the core appeal is that flexibility. We're talking about work you can fit around other things. It's not your typical 9 to 5. Perfect if you're, say, a student, a stay-at-home parent, or maybe you've already got a full-time job but want another income stream.
Yeah, it's that location independence that's so powerful.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. How does this hustle actually, look in practice?
Well, generally it takes a couple of main forms. You're either looking at picking up freelance projects, maybe through online marketplaces,
Okay.
or you might find yourself working for companies that are specifically set up for remote work, offering part-time contracts. It's usually not a standard employee setup for a side hustle.
And there's quite a variety of roles, isn't there? It's not just basic admin anymore.
Oh, definitely not. The demand for specialized skills has really grown. Think things like virtual assistants, which is often more about real project coordination these days. High-quality content writing, graphic design, managing social media accounts, even specialized customer service roles.
Yeah, those specialized skills seem key.
Right, and the reason these work remotely is often because the communication can be asynchronous. You don't need to be in the same room at the same time.
So it fits that side hustle model perfectly. You're paid for results, not just for sitting somewhere.
Exactly. Outcome-based.
Okay, so logistics. How does someone actually get started? What's needed?
Well, the barrier isn't too high, assuming you've got reliable internet and ideally a quiet space. The process usually kicks off by searching. You'd look at remote job boards, maybe niche freelance sites.
Like the big platforms?
Yeah, places like that. Once you spot something that matches your skills, you apply or sometimes bid on the project.
And that application part is pretty crucial, I imagine, since there's no face-to-face.
Hugely crucial. Your communication is your first impression. Emails, messages on the platform, any video calls at all needs to be super professional, clear, and prompt right from the start.
Okay, let's shift gears. Let's look at the balance sheet, so to speak. Why is this so appealing? What are the big upsides?
Well, the number one thing you always hear is control.
Control, yeah.
Control over your schedule, control over where you work. That flexibility is definitely the main hook.
Absolutely.
But let's maybe dig a bit deeper than just extra money. There's a strategic advantage here. Some call it time arbitrage. Think about it, all those hours you might normally spend commuting.
Oh, yeah, the commute drain.
Right? Gas, car maintenance, maybe extra childcare costs, even just the time itself. When you work remotely, you basically reclaim that time. You can potentially turn those non-billable expensive hours into actual earning time. It's like creating profit just by staying home.
That's a really good point. And the work-life balance aspect people talk about, it's not just about having more time, is it?
No, it's often about better quality time.
Right.
Less stress from commuting, maybe more time for family, hobbies, whatever matters to you.
And unlike some side hustles that are quite solitary, this can actually expand your network, right? You're dealing with different clients, maybe different companies.
Definitely. You can end up connecting with people potentially all over the world. It's sort of built-in networking if you approach it right.
Okay, so that's the sunny side. But we need the reality check. This raises the important question, what are the downsides, the real sticking points?
Right, and these aren't just small annoyances. These are things you really need to think about and plan for. There are probably 4 main ones.
Okay, lay them on us.
First up, and this is a big one for freelancers especially, income stability, or rather, the lack of it.
Ah, the classic feast or famine.
Exactly that. Projects come and go. Some are short, some are longer. Availability can fluctuate wildly. If you're really counting on that income, it can get stressful.
Which leads to the next point, I guess.
Yeah, it demands incredible self-discipline and motivation. There's no boss physically looking over your shoulder. You are entirely in charge of your own schedule, your deadlines.
You have to be your own manager.
Totally. If you tend to procrastinate or if you can't stick to a routine, like maybe dedicating specific evening hours to it, you'll fall behind fast. Lose clients. Self-management is probably the most critical skill here.
Okay, what else?
Potential isolation. Working from home sounds great, and it has its perks, but it can be, well, lonely compared to an office buzz.
Yeah, you miss the water cooler chat sometimes.
You do. You have to make a conscious effort to connect with people, professionally or socially, or you can slip into a bit of a rut, which can hit your productivity too.
Makes sense. And the last couple.
They're linked, really. High competition and often limited benefits.
Okay.
Because it's relatively easy to start offering some services remotely, especially general ones, the competition can be fierce. A lot of people vying for the same basic jobs.
Which drives down rates.
It certainly can, especially at the entry level. And related to that, most part-time freelance gigs come with zero traditional benefits. No health insurance contribution, no retirement plan matching.
So that extra income needs to cover those things yourself.
Precisely. You have to factor in the true cost of providing your own safety net when you're calculating your rates and your earnings.
So the takeaway seems clear. To beat the competition, you need to specialize. And to handle the instability, you need structure.
That sums it up pretty well.
All right, let's talk dollars and cents, the bottom line. Because this is where strategy really makes a difference. We looked at a flex job survey, and it found average hourly rates for part-time remote work. Well, they tend to fall between $15 and $28 an hour.
Yeah, and that range is the key thing to understand. It's quite wide for a reason.
Right.
Someone just starting out, maybe writing basic articles on a platform with tons of bidders, they might be closer to that $15 mark.
Right.
But then you get the specialist, maybe a graphic designer with a really strong portfolio in a specific niche, like branding for tech startups.
Or that virtual assistant who's amazing at managing complex schedules for busy executives.
Exactly. Those people are commanding rates at the top end of that range, the $25, $28, and honestly, often significantly higher.
So it really comes down to the value you bring and how much demand there is for your specific skill.
Absolutely. That massive difference in rates shows why you can't just treat this casually. You have to approach it like a business. Do your homework, research what the industry standard is for your skill, see what others are charging on those platforms like Upwork or whatever you choose.
And position yourself carefully, not just as available, but as someone who provides a specific, valuable solution.
That's the goal. You want to climb from that floor rate towards the ceiling rate as quickly as you reasonably can.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting and practical. If someone's listening and thinking, right, I want to do this, what are the steps? We've kind of distilled it down to 6 key strategic actions to get ahead.
So let's walk through.
Step 1, identification. You've got to figure out what skills you already have that businesses actually need and are willing to pay for remotely. Don't just think about what sounds cool. What are you genuinely good at right now? Is it writing, editing, organizing things, working with data, social media?
Yeah, start with your strengths. Step 2 is platform strategy. Don't just jump on the first site you find. Research the different marketplaces. Upwork has huge volume, tons of jobs, but yeah, it's competitive. Then you have sites like remote.co or FlexJobs. They might list fewer gigs, but sometimes they're higher quality, maybe even salaried part-time roles. But the standard to get in might be higher.
So you need to match the platform to your skill level and what you're looking for.
Exactly. Step 3 is absolutely critical. Build a professional online presence that actually converts.
More than just a resume.
Way more. Think of it as your digital handshake, a portfolio, maybe a simple personal website. It needs to show results, not just list tasks you can do.
So examples of work, before and afters.
Yes. Quantifiable achievements, if possible, even if it's from a personal project initially. Show, don't just tell.
Okay, step 4.
Focus. Apply strategically. Don't just blast out applications everywhere for anything remotely related to your field. Target the jobs that are a really good fit for your specific specialized skills, even if that means applying for fewer jobs overall.
Quality over quantity.
Right. Sending out tons of generic applications usually just lands you the low-paying generic work. Aim for clients who need exactly what you offer.
Good advice. Step 5 ties back to that oscillation point, but with an opportunity focus. Network. Strategically. Yeah, join relevant online communities. LinkedIn groups, Slack channels, niche forums. But don't just lurk or spam job requests. Engage. Offer helpful advice. Answer questions. Build relationships. This is how you tap into the hidden job market and get referrals.
And referrals are often the best paying gigs, right? Less competition.
Consistently. Word of mouth is gold in the remote world.
Okay, and the final step, number 6.
Continuous improvement. It's an investment in yourself. The skills that are in demand today might change. The rates change. You need to keep learning. Think about it. If you spend, say, $100 on an online course that lets you master a specific tool, maybe some advanced project management software, and learning that lets you confidently charge just $5 more per hour, that course pays for itself in, what, 20 hours of work? Less than a week for many part-timers.
That's a clear return on investment.
Exactly. It's how you stay competitive, especially when you're potentially competing with talent from all over the globe. You have to keep sharpening your edge. Hashtag tag outro. So if we bring this all together, what we're seeing is that part-time remote work is incredibly flexible. It's accessible. It's a solid way to earn extra income and even build really valuable skills. But success really hinges on being strategic about it. It takes serious self-discipline, and finding a niche, specializing, is key to getting beyond those basic rates and managing that inherent income uncertainty.
That really is the core message, isn't it? You have to run it like a mini business focused on high-value skills, not just like a casual thing you dip into now and then. So, the final thought for you, the listener. Thinking about the skills you have right now, or maybe one you could realistically develop quite quickly, which specific platform are you going to explore first? Upwork, remote.co, something else? And maybe more importantly, what's one concrete action you can take this week to start building or improving that professional online presence? Making that shift from generalist to sought-after specialist, that's where the real potential lies.
And hey, if listening to this, you realize the structure of client work isn't quite your thing, remember the world of side hustles is huge. We've got loads of resources looking into other options too, things like matched betting for more predictable returns, perhaps starting a niche YouTube channel, online coaching if you have expertise to share, even writing and publishing an ebook. There really is something for almost everyone.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.